Election leadership debate turns heated as Holness and Golding trade accusations. Hypocrite, liar, and flip-flopper were some of the insults heard during the leadership debate between Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding. The two men clashed on issues ranking, from corruption and the economy to income tax breaks for Jamaicans. The first exchange occurred when they were asked to indicate how they intend to deal with corruption and hold political representatives accountable. Holness was the first to respond, declare himself the politician who can stand with the greatest moral authority to treat with any matter that is considered corrupt, and I have done in the past. I am the politician about which Jamaicans know the most. Every aspect of my personal life and personal financial details is in the public domain, says Holness, the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. I want to give this assurance to the Jamaican people that you know me, you know about me, you can trust me, and you know that I can stand against corruption, he continued. But Golding, in his response, pushed back against this assertion, charging that Holness was operating under a deep cloud because of his uncertified statutory declarations dating back to 2021. This, he said, is something that Jamaica cannot go forward with. Gordon, the president of the opposition party's People's National Party, also charged that the volume of scandals under the current JLP-led administration is unprecedented. The number of ministers who have to be removed from frontline duties, many of them parked in the naughty corner at OPM, office of the Prime Minister, rather than being sacked, is a disgrace to the country, he noted. He further pointed to the findings of a skittering investigation reportedly published by the Integrity Commission, Jamaica's main anti-corruption body. The gloves came off again when Holness asked the PNP president whether he assets his overseas companies that have not been disclosed and whether he could be believed. Golding, in his response, said he has disclosed all his assets, and that's why my Integrity Commission declarations are certified. Your allegations are scrupulous and false, the PNP president stated. Golding again denied assertions that Denring, Bunting and Golding, DB&G, the firm he co-founded and was later sold to Scotiabank, benefited from any sweetheart arrangements during the collapse of the Jamaican financial sector in the 1990s before firing a salvo at the Prime Minister. He insisted that we have nothing to hide when it comes to DB&G and questioned why the Holness administration, having sent $200 million and a commission of inquiry into the collapse of the financial sector, had not published the findings. It is because you and your wife bought a house from somebody who have been finsack, Golding questioned, using this term commonly applied to persons who were adversely impacted by the collapse of the financial sector. You are a hypocrite, Andrew Holness, to be accusing me of anything in relation to FinSac when you have been directly beneficiary of the losses of somebody else who lost their home because of FinSac, he charged. Holness denied purchasing a FinSac house and bristled at the accusation. I did not purchase a FinSac house. I bought a house on the open market, and again, you come with weapon lies. Your lies will not work. Spokesperson on National Security Peter Bunting calls on EOJ to clarify reports that polling station for some police officers has been changed. Opposition spokesperson on National Security Peter Bunting has called on the Electoral Office to clarify reports that the polling station for some police officers has been changed from the traditional rural locations to Kingston. Bunting noted that this change puts these special electors at risk of disenfranchisement. In a statement, Bunting pointed to what he deemed troubling abnormalities in the arrangements for election day workers and the security forces which will take place. This exercise allows election day workers, members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defence Force, to cast their ballots ahead of the general election on September 3rd. Bunting said the PNP received reports that some police officers assigned to non-geographical formation, such as Chancery and the National Intelligence Bureau, have had to be sent to polling station that has been changed in Kingston. Prior to the change, these cops were allowed to vote in rural parishes across the island. Bounty wants the EOG and the Police High Command to implement measures to prevent disenfranchisement. Meanwhile, the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOG says the assignment of the police and military personnel to voting locations are determined by information received from the High Command of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and Defense Force. The EOG's response comes amidst concern from the People's National Party that several officers are likely to be disenfranchised because their polling stations were reportedly changed to Kingston, despite having previously voted in rural parishes across the island for their entire career. The PNP said those not aware of the change could face difficulties with voting. In a statement yesterday afternoon, the EOJ said prior to the announcement of the election, police and military officers were advised through the media and other channels to check the voters' list to ensure that they are assigned to the correct location.
This arrangement means, for example, that officers who have consistently voted in places like St. James and Manchester must now travel to Kingston in order to exercise their constitutional right to vote. Many may be unaware of this change, and failure to pick this up early could result in their disenfranchisement. The PNP finds this deeply troubling. Those who risk their lives daily to serve and protect should not face unnecessary obstacles to cast their vote. We urge the Electoral Office of Jamaica and the Jamaica Constabulary Force to clarify the situation immediately and to ensure that affected personnel are properly informed and that measures are implemented to prevent their disenfranchisement. The integrity of Jamaica's electoral system must be safeguarded at all times. The PNP stands firmly in defense of free, fair, and accessible elections, where every eligible voter has a fair chance to participate without confusion, inconvenience, or undue hardship.
Tax offices to close at noon on Election Day. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ is advising the public that all tax officers island-wide will be closed at noon on Election Day. It says the closure is in keeping with the government's commitment to ensuring that all eligible citizens, including public sector employees, are given an opportunity to exercise their right to vote. The tax authority is encouraging taxpayers to use the online service available to conduct their transaction during this time. These include the payment of property tax, motor vehicle certificate for fitness, and driver's license renewal fee payment, traffic ticket fines, business-related taxes and fees. Additionally, persons may query their property tax liability, apply for a tax compliance certificate (TCC), and renew their motor vehicle registration certificate (MVRC). Taxpayers can therefore any of the following payments options applicable to the transaction: TAJ's website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm, TAJ mobile app, NCB online banking, Scotia online and mobile app, direct funds transfer. Normal operations at all tax offices will resume on September 4. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.